Ah, yes. It is almost the time of year to pick up those pencils and become even more of a shrimp for the summer.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Artfight, for those fresh innocents who may not know, don't you worry, I shall explain it to the best of my ability. Artfight is a yearly event happening throughout the entire month of July, where there are two teams with a certain aesthetic and color scheme competing to gather up as many points for their own team as they possibly can. They do so by drawing art for other users who post their own characters on their profiles. It's an overall massive art trade where people draw each other's OCs, which are also known as original characters. They could be their sonas, D&D characters, made for the fun of it, or they could be drawn to fit into certain fandoms, like My Little Pony or Five Nights at Freddy's for an example. However, my fragile little munchkin, don't overexert yourself. Despite Artfight being a quote-unquote competition, don't take it too seriously. Most people either strive to get more art done than the previous year, or to finally join in general for after lurking so long. It is meant to be fun and not a sick torment bestowed upon yourself due to your stubborn perfectionism and being a little overachiever. Alright? It could be a fun exercise to step outside of your own comfort zone, or to finally try and beat that pesky art block you've been struggling with for months now. Get back into art, or perhaps you just love gifting art to people because you were like, hey, I think that's a cool character, here, get some art. So you might ask yourself what to prepare in order to join Artfight. I shall gladly try and tell you if I post this video on time for preparations, that is, but hey, who knows? We'll know once this video is uploaded, either during Artfight or perhaps just right and one day beforehand, just giving you that last crunch of time right before the event starts, just like your final essay. A lot of people go out their way to make a full-on riff sheet from different angles, but there's no need for that if you don't feel like it or you don't have enough time to prepare that. A full body art piece is of course preferred, but even if you don't have that, you could just simply post art that you have of the character right now. I recommend leaving a very small description underneath your character so people know what type of personality that they have. A lot of people may not be up to read the whole lore drop from your dearest little bean. As you write down their info, make sure to add the character permissions in there as well. You have a section for your characters that are overall and count in general, and there's also one that specifically counts for your character alone. The things people are allowed to do with the character regarding shipping, character interactions, and the things that you don't want and you don't feel comfortable with. If you're unable to come up with a list for the do's and the don'ts, don't be shy to check out others' their profiles and get an idea for what you like to share yourself and what you're okay with and what you're not okay with. I'll just use myself as an example. I have a few trans characters and I'm not comfortable with gender bands like at all, especially with my Sona. I'm a dude. I may not look like one at first glance, but I am. I'm also not a femboy. Don't call me that. So just make sure to be respectful of people, their wishes, and their preferences when drawing their characters and their sonas. Before anything else, make sure to go to the sections of the rules regarding the event. It is so you know what to expect and prepare yourself beforehand and you don't accidentally do something wrong during the event. Make sure to join the Discord if you have any questions or want to connect with your fellow art fighters. If you want to find targets and active participants, it is the best place to do so, especially in the target hunting channel where you can post a link to your own art and your Artfight page. Tell people what you like to draw and what type of OCs you have yourself. If you draw only furries or humans, perhaps only ferals, or just only simple OCs, and you can find people with the same interests as you. Seeing that the self site itself isn't exactly the best place to find targets or other active users due to the search being a little too complicated, so I highly recommend promoting your own art outside of the site and different socials as well. Make sure to post your attacks online while the event is going on for that extra sweet little engagement. Speaking of networking, I have a Discord of my own. You must be over 18 in order to enter for safety reasons, and I'm an adult myself with a love for horror movies, so if you plan on drawing for Artfight, feel free to join so we can doodle and hang. Throughout Artfight, I might occasionally stream, so make sure to check out my Twitch. I swear if any of you will draw me when my beloved scrunkly wife goes to I will sob and beat my knees. Anyway, if you are this far in, make sure to drop a link to your Artfight page below with a little knife emojis to show that you're hyped and ready to fight and hunt down targets. The subscribe and a notification bell tab would be nice too, I guess. The most important thing people seem to forget about this event is to just have fun with it. Test out the waters of different techniques or testing out different tools, styles, or challenging yourself to improve. Achieve the goal that, like, you make more attacks than the previous year, or all in all, join in for the very first time. Artfight might be considered a competition, yes, but that doesn't mean you have to force yourself to draw if you're not feeling up for it. You don't need to revenge every attack. You don't have to do chain revenges. Send out an attack every single day or only go after the opposite team. Just be polite and make sure to thank people if they might art for you. I'm bad at it myself, but I'm trying my best. Just be civil and respectful of each other and know that everyone is doing their best in their own way. Anyway, happy art fighting. Make sure to keep yourself hydrated, stretch enough, touch grass, and don't let your inner hater win the fight. I will see you in a wild fighter. Hey, bye.